At the Imabari shipyards in Japan, Sunfire Shiro Yoshida erupts into the night sky, unleashing superheated plasma with precision and pride. He is used to being Japan's living inferno, the line of defense no disaster can cross. But this time it feels different, like the heat is being swallowed instead of resisted. Even with everything he has, the blaze pushing back against him feels wrong. Whatever he's fighting isn't flinching, it's enduring, and that's the problem. Godzilla's radioactive fire surges forward, not just brighter than Sunfire's flames, but utterly dominant. The blue inferno swallows Shiro's attack as his body is launched into the ocean. The impact is brutal, and for the first time, Japan's greatest living weapon isn't fighting back. Behind him, Godzilla stands unmoved, as entire facilities vanishes under his radioactive breath. Watching from the water, Sunfire finally understands the truth. Godzilla's unstoppable. The scene shifts far from the chaos of the ocean to the Xavier Institute for Higher Learning in Westchester, New York. Professor Charles Xavier addresses a global council, defending a world that fears mutants and monsters alike. Xavier explains that repeated military responses have failed, and that escalating force has only proven ineffective. He argues that understanding must come before violence. Even if peace fails, he believes reason must be tried first. Inside the X-Men's danger room, the team puts Xavier's theory to the test. Cyclops pushes his visor to maximum, but his optic blast barely pierces the creature's hide. Beast and Wolverine attack head-on, while Jean Grey senses immense resistance. Storm prepares to strike as Cyclops realizes brute force alone will not be enough. Whatever they are facing, it is built to endure punishment. Storm unleashes her power, confirming the creature's emissions are far beyond fire. They're radioactive in nature. Beast responds that it's not surprising, given the creature's origins. Meanwhile, Wolverine tears through the mechanical tail, proving that his adamantium is more than capable of getting the job done. As the team regroups, Xavier insists brute force is not the answer. This threat may require understanding, not domination, even as the danger continues to escalate. At a covert storage facility in Boulder, Colorado, Gambit makes his move. Slipping inside with practiced ease, he disables security and navigates the corridors with quiet precision. He advances deeper into the facility, locating his target. Gambit confirms visual contact but hesitates. Whatever is waiting ahead wasn't going to be easy. Gambit finally sees what the facility has been hiding. Encased in containment stands the Super Adaptoid, a non-sentient construct built to mimic superhuman abilities. Gambit knows breaking in was the easy part. Getting out will be worse. Still, he smirks. With PIM particles primed and a plan in mind, Remy reminds himself that he always comes prepared for the hard exit. Days later at the Sugunai manufacturing facility in Issei Bay, the pattern continues. Humanity doesn't stop. It never stopped. They hunt Godzilla relentlessly, convinced control equals safety. Each escalation forces the king of the monsters to respond in kind, and his response is always absolute. In protecting themselves from him, they threaten the safety of everything else. 2 days later, escalation becomes action. The Tsugunai cargo ship moves toward the port facility, unaware it is already being tracked. Drawn by whatever the vessel carries, Godzilla is not far behind. The X-Men mobilize fast. Hank confirms the creature's agitation is tied to the ship's contents, not blind aggression. Xavier prepares a risky mind link through a portable cerebro unit, knowing the connection will be unsettling. Godzilla's rage is rising, and time is running out. Godzilla surges from the depths, towering over the ship as panic begins to erupt on deck. The crew realizes too late they will never dock in time. From above, a blazing figure tears through the sky, breaking the sound barrier on re-entry. A telekinetic shield holds against the heat as he plunges through the stratosphere. Drawn to the static in the air, Godzilla reacts, as lightning answers back, and the clash begins. The Adaptoid surges forward, riding the storm it has learned to control. Electricity and fire spiral together as it mirrors the X-Men's combined power. Within the psychic link, Xavier steadies the team, forcing unity through the chaos. Below, Godzilla rises with a deafening roar. Even with stolen abilities and layered strength, the question remains whether the Adaptoid can endure the monster's full onslaught. The Adaptoid activates size-altering PIM particles, growing to meet Godzilla head-on. It uses the combined strength of the X-Men, hitting him with Cyclops' optic blast. But Godzilla answers with raw force as his radioactive breath cut across the battlefield, missing the Adaptoid by mere inches. The impact proves one thing. This isn't just power versus power. This is experience versus limitation. The Adaptoid shifts again, taking on Wolverine's form while still wearing Cyclops' visor, blending ferocity with precision. As it adapts mid-battle, Beast analyzes the situation and confirms massive mechanical activity inside the cargo ship. Professor Xavier realizes the pattern at once. Escalation is inevitable, and whatever is being transported must be stopped before it makes things worse. Godzilla erupts from the water in a violent surge, smashing through the dock as the Adaptoid charges in with brute force and stolen X-Men abilities. The impact tears the port apart, steel and cargo flying. As chaos spreads, Sunfire rockets toward the ship, realizing whatever is hidden inside is triggering the monster's fury. Even Beast admits it. The enemy of their enemy may be their only chance. The cargo finally reveals its secret and its bad business. A tri-sentinel mecha kaiju rises, stitched together from humanity's worst ideas. Biolante's tendrils coil and regenerate, Batra's wings crackle with living lightning, and Fire Rodin radiates nuclear heat. Built by Trask and Sugunai, this thing isn't here to protect anyone. It's a walking escalation button, and it just got pressed. Godzilla and the Tri-Sentinel clash, elemental forces tearing the sky apart as fire and radiation collide. The Adaptoid realizes the brutal truth. It can't stop both titans at once. The Super Adaptoid unleashes Storm's powerful winds. Its powers spike to catastrophic levels, lifting the Tri-Sentinel into the open. Seizing the moment, the Adaptoid lunges in, claws flashing, betting borrowed ferocity can pierce a god forged by war. The Tri-Sentinel tears through the city, no longer a weapon but a catastrophe. Civilians flee as the truth settles in. They trusted the wrong savior. Through the psychic link, the X-Men feel the fear, rage, and doubt, feeding the destruction. Godzilla roars back. As the Tri-Sentinel's coils tighten around him, the Creator's creation collide with the King of the Monsters, and the cost of escalation becomes unavoidable. Godzilla unleashes his radioactive blast onto the Tri-Sentinel with overwhelming force, drowning the machine in nuclear fire. Seizing the moment, the Adaptoid pushes forward, exploiting the opening created by the chaos. With the power of Wolverine's adamantium claws, he strikes, cutting straight through the Tri-Sentinel's defenses. Through the psychic link, the X-Men feel it clearly, Godzilla's sense of triumph. Godzilla unleashes his radioactive blast once again, the beam tearing straight through the Tri-Sentinel and shattering it under its raw atomic force. As the machine buckles, the message is clear. No one stands above the King of the Monsters. Another battle ends. Another battle won. But until the cause of this conflict is erased, the war will keep going. Godzilla looms over the city, his fury simmering. Professor X reaches out, sensing not words but emotion. Exhaustion and frustration carried across decades. Kaneko hides as he begs for mercy, forcing the question, would one death change anything? Through Xavier's mind link, memory surfaces. A past battle. Godzilla versus Anguirus. Kane's father caught in the chaos, lost to the mayhem. If Godzilla can feel rage, then maybe he can feel hope too. The hatred Kane carried wasn't born from Godzilla's cruelty, but from a moment twisted by fear and chaos. Godzilla did not kill Kane's father. He stood against Anguirus, trying to stop the destruction. He puts it plainly, if mutants know anything, it's the loneliness of protecting a world that fears you anyway. With the threat ended and the truth revealed, the King of the Monsters turns away. Godzilla leaves knowing the mutants will deter the humans who cannot be trusted to deter themselves. The dust settles. Cyclops shakes Shiro's hand and thanks him for his assistance. Shiro welcomes him and reminds him it's always a pleasure working beside him. As the wreckage smolders, the question hangs in the air. If Godzilla isn't the monster, then who is? The answer doesn't come from the ocean or the sky. It comes from reflection. Sometimes the real monster isn't the ones towering over the city. Sometimes it's the one staring back from the mirror. The end. And that wraps up this week's comic stories. Godzilla vs. X-Men. Welcome to Comic Lore, home of Marvel and DC's wildest stories, where we break down how heroes rise, fall, and come back stronger than ever. Hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell to stay updated on your comic lore. Don't forget to let us know in the comments if you want to see more comic stories from your favorite characters. Until next time, comic lovers, we'll see you in the next one.